micro moment of walking down the hall and saying, instead of, hey, how are you today, Jim? Oh, great, good. Jim, how was the weekend? That's a micro moment shift. And that's a shift in communication style, right? We have those all the time, recognizing and then putting in the effort to change that slightly. If we are in a meeting with things, I would say then recognize a bit of those micro moments with people. If they're thinking a little too long on something, let's pause here. Can you expand on what your thoughts are for that? Right? That's a micro moment shift. But awareness starts, it has to start with awareness and making those micro moments. But also that relationship building side that we talked about, those are all micro moments. I'm constantly thinking about how do we make these moments for this client, right? How do we make it good? It could be in a formatting report. It could be in sending a card. It could be in, saying hi in a different way, whatever that is. Those are things that I'm constantly looking to do authentically.
All great examples. And you've mentioned the word awareness a bunch of times in the conversation so far. Some of that is certainly self-awareness. Some of that is going to be awareness of what our counterparts, customers, prospects, whatever, what they're experiencing, what their intentions or needs are. But I'm going to jump out here. I feel like part of it is also awareness for what are the real goals we're looking to achieve. So if I'm looking to take advantage of a micro moment, it's probably easier for me to recognize the power of that micro moment if I'm clear on the goals I want to achieve, because now I have something to tie that behavior into.
Yes, 100%. And that goal is not the result. So the goal is not getting the client. That's not the goal of the meeting. That's the goal of a contract and then moving forward. But that's not the goal of the general meeting. The goal of the meeting in those micro moments is coming in with curiosity. How do I support this client? How do I learn more? How do I stay present? Because there's lots of times where, we don't stay present. They're talking, we tune out, we're thinking about other things. I just had this the other day. I was literally doing a training and my watch went off and I'm like, okay, note to self, take the watch off. Because it's a split second that cues me in a different direction, right? So we're constantly battling those things. So how do I just stay present within the moment with this person? And then discovering together, that's the shift too. I have a product, I have a service that will support you 100%. That's why we're talking. But does it fit you? And is it gonna provide the need that you're wanting? What is the solution in the long haul? Are you just wanting training and leave it at that? That's gonna fall flat, I guarantee, because it just doesn't work for humans. Or how are we gonna pull through on some of this stuff to support you the best? Those are those things that shift a bit when we're thinking about those micro moments. And again, it doesn't take much in a reframe, but now you're front and center with them. And then they are feeling like it's a partnership. It is not a service to buy. And that's a big difference.
Well, it's a huge difference. And I feel like for people to elevate their awareness and to change their behavior and change how they communicate, it takes a certain level of confidence to do that, because we do fall into our patterns, and our patterns create comfort, and comfort creates consistency and maybe helps us to rationalize when things don't go our way on the backside. And for me, I feel like under stressful, when we're experiencing stress, we go to what we know, because that is what we have the most confidence in. But now I probably know, to your point, my business, my product, my solution. So if that's what I'm going to default to when I experience stress, it's going to be an agonizing conversation for all of us. How do you work with people to help them build the confidence necessary to develop this awareness and make these changes in their conversations, in your words, in real time?
So confidence is all around, you're starting with your nonverbal cues. That's where your confidence lies. So really starting with that, because it does twofold. It helps you build your confidence, and that it inadvertently helps others attract to you confidently. So that's really where you want to sit first. There's 3 power skills that you can do with that. That is your posture, which seems a little dumb if I want to be honest, right? Like, okay, great posture. However, If we grab our phone or if we're hunched down in a chair all day long, we call that low power pose. And we're really cut off to others. We're not signaling to people that we are communicating.